Level 1. The Scramble. The bill is due in 3 days and your account reads $47. You don't tell anyone. You check the balance again like the number might change. It doesn't. You do the math in your head for the 4th time this week. Rent, utilities, food. And the math still doesn't work. It never works. You pick up an extra shift. You cancel the plan with your friends. You say you're busy. You're not busy. You're broke. And there's a difference, but you've learned to blur it. This is level 1. Everybody starts here or comes back here. The rules are simple. Spend less than you earn. Survive the month. Don't fall behind. Except falling behind is easy and catching up is slow. You're not thinking about wealth. You're thinking about Thursday. The psychological tax is invisible but constant. Every purchase is a decision. Every unexpected expense is a crisis. You learn to live small. You learn to not want things. You tell yourself you don't care about money. You care more about money than anyone you know. Level 2. The Grind. You're making $52,000 a year now. It feels like a lot until it doesn't. The debt is still there. The student loans, the credit card you used when you were 22 and thought you'd pay it off quickly. You're comfortable enough to stop panicking, but not comfortable enough to stop calculating. You have a budget. You follow it most months. Some months you don't. You start learning. Personal finance forums at midnight. Podcasts during your commute. You open a Roth IRA with $200 and feel like you've done something. You increase your 401k contribution by 1%. You are technically building. It doesn't feel like building. It feels like pushing a boulder uphill in slow motion. The shift happening inside you is subtle. You start tracking your net worth. It's negative, but you track it. You start seeing money differently, not as something you spend, but as something that moves. You're still in the system. You're just starting to understand that the system has rules. Level 3. The Turn. Something changes around $90,000 a year. The pressure doesn't disappear, but it loosens its grip. You pay off one debt completely, then another. You feel it, a specific kind of relief that isn't happiness, but is close to it. You have a small savings account. You have a month of expenses sitting still. This is new. This feels foreign. You start making moves. You invest more aggressively. You take a calculated risk on a side project. Maybe it's freelancing. Maybe it's a small business. Maybe it's real estate. It works at a small scale. You make $8,000 extra in 6 months outside your salary. It's not life-changing. It's proof of concept. The identity shift begins here. You stop identifying as someone who struggles with money. That story no longer fits. You're not sure what story replaces it yet, but you know the old one is done. You start spending time around people who talk differently about money, who plan differently, who think in decades, not months. You're not wealthy, but you're no longer just surviving. And that distinction quietly rewires everything. Level 4. The Operator. Your net worth crosses $500,000 and something goes quiet inside you. You're not anxious about money anymore. That background noise, the low hum of financial fear that's been running since you were a kid watching your parents argue over bills, it's gone. You don't notice it's gone until you realize you haven't checked your bank account in 3 days. You own property, you have investments, you have multiple income streams. You understand leverage now, not as a concept, but as a tool you actually use. You borrow at 5% to earn 11%. The money works while you sleep. You understand what that sentence means on a cellular level. You also start to see the game more clearly. You see how the tax code is written for people like you now. You see which doors open when you have capital. You see which conversations change when people know your number. You don't advertise your number. You've learned that discretion is its own asset. The compromise you make at this level is time. You are always building, always optimizing. The people in your life who aren't in the same position don't fully understand your decisions anymore. You tell yourself that's okay. Most of the time, you believe it. Level 5. The Acceleration. Your net worth hits $2 million and you realize the game has different physics at this altitude. Returns compound faster. Opportunities arrive differently, not through job boards or cold applications, but through relationships, referrals, rooms you get invited into. Someone introduces you to a deal. You write a $150,000 check and it doesn't change your lifestyle. That fact alone would have been unthinkable 5 years ago. You hire people, an accountant, a financial advisor, eventually a small team. You learn that your time is the actual scarce resource now. You start saying no constantly to projects, to people, to obligations that don't compound. You become efficient in a way that some people find cold. The psychological cost is a mild but permanent loneliness. You can't talk about your actual life with most people, not because you're ashamed, because the context gap is too wide. You edit yourself constantly in social situations. You perform a version of yourself that's more relatable. You've become fluent in the language of your old life while no longer living it. Level 6. The authority. 8 figures. $10 million and above. You don't think about individual transactions anymore. You think about systems. You think about structures. Your accountant has a team. Your lawyer has a team. You have people who manage your people. The organizational chart around your wealth is its own small enterprise. Influence arrives quietly and without announcement. A city council member takes your call the same day. A bank offers you terms unavailable to the public. A charity names a room after you and you didn't ask them to. You carry weight in rooms now. You feel it when you walk in. Other people feel it too. The moral ambiguity thickens here. You make decisions that affect dozens of people. Employees, tenants, partners, vendors. Most of these decisions are made efficiently, not emotionally. You've learned to separate sentiment from function. Some of these decisions hurt people. You know this. You've rationalized a specific way of not dwelling on it. You tell yourself the alternative was worse. Sometimes it was. What no one tells you is that authority is exhausting. Everyone wants something. Everyone is performing for you. The honest conversations become rare. You miss them, but you've forgotten how to find them. Level 7. The architect. Your wealth is no longer a number, it's a structure. Trusts, holding companies, foundations, equity positions in 12 companies across 4 industries. You don't spend money. Money moves through vehicles you designed years ago. You have a family office. You have a principal advisor. You have a legacy document that your attorneys update annually. Your name carries weight you never applied for. Opportunities come to you that reshape industries. You sat in a meeting last month where the decision made in that room affected 4,000 jobs. You don't think about that meeting much. If you let yourself think about it, the weight becomes impossible. You have everything. The thing no one tells you is that everything is just a quieter version of wanting. You still want things. You want peace. You want genuine relationships. You want to wake up without your phone for one morning. You haven't managed it yet. The isolation at this level isn't dramatic. It's subtle. It's slow. It's the understanding that the higher you climb, the thinner the air, and most people you started the climb with stopped at level 3 or 4. You wave down from here. They wave back. The distance is real. Level 8. The ghost. You don't appear on lists. Not by accident, by design. The people who manage your public presence are exceptional at subtraction, removing, redirecting, obscuring. Your actual net worth is known by 4 people on Earth. You are one of them. You move through the world with complete financial freedom and almost no one knows your face. You've bought that. The anonymity was expensive, but it was worth it. Power at this level isn't loud. It doesn't need to be. Loud power is still performing for someone. You stopped performing years ago. The cost you didn't expect was this. You have transcended ordinary stakes, and it has made ordinary life feel thin. A conversation about weekend plans feels distant. A problem that would devastate someone at level 1 registers as abstract to you now. You know this is a loss. You grieve it quietly. You don't discuss it. You think about level 1 sometimes. Not with nostalgia, with something colder. Recognition, maybe. You remember what it felt like to check the balance at $47. You remember the specific weight of that. You don't have that weight anymore. You have a different weight. Heavier, better dressed. You've won the game. You're not sure it was the game worth winning, but it's the only game there was. Somewhere right now, a 24-year-old is checking his bank account for the 3rd time today. It says $47. He thinks if he can just get to comfortable, he'll stop. He doesn't know yet that the system doesn't have a stopping point. He doesn't know yet what it costs, but he's already started climbing, and the system is already watching.